You are live.
All right, welcome everyone to the City of Annapolis Board of Appeals special virtual meeting, a regular virtual meeting for June. What is today? 15th. Special virtual meeting for June 15th, 2022. This meeting is being broadcast on the City of Annapolis YouTube channel. My name is Bob Gallagher, I chair the Board of Appeals. This virtual format allows the public to observe the meeting through the video link and to submit written comments through the City of Annapolis website, links to the YouTube channel, the comment form on the city's website, and the database for information relating to cases that you'll hear about tonight are available on the agenda for tonight's meeting. The folks that you see on the screen are members of the Board of Appeals. When a case is called, representatives of the parties to the case will also appear on the screen. Also participating in the meeting are counsel of the board, Cheryl Woods, our recording secretary, Kim Consoli. Our technician tonight is Mark Hildebrand. Also participating may be representatives of the city, including Joelle Braithwaite, Assistant City Attorney and Counsel of the Department of Planning and Zoning, Jacqueline Rouse, who is liaison to the board from the Department of Planning and Zoning, and there may be one or more other members of the planning staff. Any comments received by noon today and the one case before the board this evening have been provided to the board and the parties and will be made part of the record. We ask everyone but members of the board to mute their audio. If anyone wishes to speak during the meeting, please raise your hand and I'll acknowledge you to speak. Let me remind everyone that communications with the board about any case by anyone other than a party to the case must go through the comment form on the city's website. All communications by parties to a case must go through the board liaison, Jackie Rouse. No one should contact any member of the board directly about any case. So we'll begin the meeting with the roll call and ask Ms. Consoli to do that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
Mr. Zazali.
Yes, present.
Mr. Walsh.
Present.
We are not expecting Dr. Chen or Mr. Dews. We have 3 present, Mr. Chairman.
That gives us a quorum. Thank you, ma'am. Have members of the board had a chance to review the agenda for tonight's meeting? And if so,
Yes, we have.
any corrections or suggestions?
Yep.
I have a motion to approve the agenda, please.
Move that the agenda for June 7th be approved as written.
Second.
That would be the agenda for June 15th.
June 5th.
Sorry, I confused you. Do we have a second?
Second on the 15th.
All in favor? Aye.
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 All right, we have one set of minutes to look at, which are the minutes for June 7th, 2022. And one
Motion to
correction.
approve with Dr. Chen's amendment.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, great, unanimous approval. Okay, finally, we'll turn to the substantive case on the agenda tonight. And that is variance 2021-008. It's for a reduction of the side yard setbacks at the Taylor's residence at 416 Chesapeake Avenue. This involves the demolition of an old house, reconstruction on the existing setbacks, and a 2-story addition at the rear of the house, matching the side yard setbacks of the original house. Construction of an auxiliary structure at the back of the lot is complicated, but no variance is requested, and we don't address that here tonight. So we've heard testimony and received a number of exhibits. I believe we are ready for deliberations. I haven't seen any additional public comments. Well, I trust the Department of Planning and Zoning would bring those to our attention if there had been. So are we ready to deliberate?
Yes.
Great. So who would like to begin?
Go ahead. I'm getting my, I just got my papers. Go ahead.
Based on what we heard at the previous meeting and on the record that's presented, Mr. Chairman, I am satisfied that the application meets the standards for variance. It's a unique lot, clearly a lot that is quite aged. So a lot has happened in Annapolis, most notably the change of the zoning laws over the intervening years. I think they're doing it for commercial gain. It seems to me that it meets the requirements, and I'd be in favor of it, subject to the addition of any recommendations made by staff.
That all sounds good to me. Mr. Zazali, you have.
I also support this application. Normally we hear applications to tear down a structure based on structural considerations of my years. Some of them have been dubious at best, but in reviewing the evidence in this packet, I found it to be accurate and merits the tear down and the redo.
Yeah. Apparently, they don't need our permission for the.
Well, they need, well, they don't, but the variance is being applied to the new structure, even
Yeah.
though
Right.
it's no longer a rehab in place. It's a new structure.
Yeah, I agree with all that as well. It seems to me that the application is well supported by the attachments to the staff report, as well as the testimony we heard last week. So if we're
Were there any special, just remind us, were there any special requirements within the application that you've imposed, other than the usual?
No, members of Zali, no, nothing out of the ordinary. Again,
Okay.
very substandard lot, substandard conditions existed since I believe 1905, excuse me.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we wanted to verbalize any conditions that were not standard here, but if there are none, we can
No, sir.
we can proceed.
Are we ready for a motion?
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael, you started it.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I move that variance 2021-008, the application for variance be approved with the addition of the conditions provided for in the exhibits of the staff reports from the Planning and Zoning Department.
And I take it we have a second, Mr. Zazali?
I was waiting for him to say he was done. Yes,
Done.
we have a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
By unanimous vote, we have approved variance 2021-008. I thank the applicant and Mr. Smith for their diligence in bringing this before us.
We apologize for any delays we may have caused along the way. And good luck with your project.
All right. Is there any other business to come before the board tonight? I think there's one last motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Thank you, everyone. And we'll see most of you again on July 5th.
In
Hey,
30
Bob, do you all want a preview of the July 5th,